Hello. Hi, everyone. Very good evening. Can you please write on chat if you can hear my voice? And is my screen visible? Okay, thanks. Great. Uh, okay, I will wait for 1 or 2 minutes for other participants to join, and then we'll begin. So today I'm going to discuss about how you can build strategies with repair continuous type of conditions. Okay, so I think many of participants have already joined. Before I start this webinar, I just want to know if you can just reply on chat quickly. Like if you have already created or tried to create your strategies on Tradetron before, because I'm getting a feedback like it is going too fast, people are not able to follow it. So just wanted to take a quick feedback because I know some of the participants in this webinar have been joining us always for last 2 3 weeks. So if you are attending this strategy creation webinar for the first time, please write first time on chat. So I'll get to know and I'll discuss the things in details. Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of participants who are attending it for the first time. Cool. Thanks. So we'll begin now. So this is Tradetron's create strategy page. So it's a single framework using which you can create your technical analysis based strategies, uh, option strategies, or pair trading strategies, or price action based strategies. So all these 4 types of strategies you can create using this feature. Then every strategy has one set by default, and you can add more number of sets from here. So a strategy can have multiple number of sets. There is no restrictions on that. And each set has its own entry, repair, and exit conditions. So entry and exit conditions are like straightforward. If entry condition is true, entry positions will be taken. If exit condition is true, then all the positions that are open in this set will be exited. Okay. Then we'll see how to create conditions on Tradetron. So for that, you can click on add button here, and this condition builder modal will open. In this dropdown, you'll see the list of keywords that Tradetron offers. So it has all technical indicators and the option related keywords, daytime related keywords. So based on type of your strategy, if it's technical indicator based strategy or if it's option based strategy, you can choose the keywords that you want to use for your strategy. So in this webinar today, will be using open range break keyword. So for first 5 minutes, which is from 9:15 to 9:20 a.m., we will see what was the high and low of each stock in Nifty 50. So Nifty 50 constituents. So if we select, you can select a list from here. You can also create your customized list. So I can click on add. So I can give list name as victim list 1 2 3 4. It's NSE. So if I want to create a list on futures or futures stock, I mean the stock futures, then I can select NFO. If I want to trade equities, then I can select NSE as exchange type here. Once you have decided the exchange type, then you can select individual underlines which you want to add to your customized list. So HDFC, let's say Reliance, and one more. Okay, so Axis Bank. So I have added these three stocks in my list, which are of NSE exchange. So I'll just click on save. Here I'll select the same list name. So now whatever conditions I write in this entry block, it will be applied to all the three stocks which I have defined in this list. Okay. So we will start with LTP keyword. So LTP is last traded price, and whatever instrument I select here, its last traded price will be fetched by this keyword. So I have used list in my set. So I'll define list name here. And my list name is Vikram underscore list 1234. So this is what I have selected here. So when LTP value goes above open range break value, so this ORB keyword again takes the instrument name, and you can define open, high, low, or close of a particular time frame. So if I define 9:15 to, let's say, 9:19, so which means from 9:15 to 9:20, whatever is high value of any particular stock in the list, it will fix its value and will be available for our conditions to check. So again, NSE and my list name. So I have written a very simple rule here, for which I have used LTP keyword, which is last traded price, and open range break keyword. If my last traded price goes above first 5-minute high value, then I want to take some action. So this is just my entry rule. And one more condition is I want this condition to be checked only after 9:20. So I used time keyword here. So time keyword basically gives you current time in HHMM format, which is hours and minutes. So 9:20. So if time is greater than or equal to 9:20, then, and this value LTP goes above this ORB value, then I want to take some action. And what action I want to take? So I want to take a buy position in this list. So whatever stock confirms this signal, I want to take trade in that particular stock. So my list name is automatically selected here. Product type I can select as intraday or carry forward position. So I'll select intraday. Now quantity I can define as 10 shares. So if I write 10, so for each stock, it will take 10 shares of each whenever a signal is generated. Or I can put value. So if I put 20,000 as value, so it will divide at the time of trade, 20,000 will be divided by the last traded price of that particular stock, and number of shares will be calculated on the fly. Okay. So if I'm writing 20,000, it means it has to buy 20,000 worth of stock. So this is our entry condition. So this set one is basically handling only my long position. So if this condition satisfies, it will take a buy position. Similarly, I'll create one more set which will handle the sell position. So I'm going to copy this entry condition here and paste it in my set 2. Now I'm going to change this condition if my LTP goes below low value of first 5 minutes. So for that, I'll select less than symbol. So I have just written the opposite of what I have written in set 1. And here I'm selecting the low value. So if LTP goes below low value, then I'm going to sell. But before this, we have to select the list name again here. So it will automatically appear in my positions block. Order type will be MIS, and again value 20,000 worth. Okay. So again, I'll go to chat and see like Please give a yes or no if you are able to follow it till here. So then I'll move ahead. Great, great. Thanks. Okay, we have, uh, okay, so Raj wants to know how can we do it with technical indicators like RSI. I'll show it to you after the strategy is completed. Definitely, I'll show you. So now we have just written simple entry condition with a position for long entry and for short entry. Now I want to add one more condition. I don't want to take this trade multiple times. I want it to restrict to take long trade only once. So to do that, we have a keyword called position details. So I'll explain like what this keyword do basically. So there are multiple options to be selected here. I'll skip this condition type for time being. I'll consider this transaction type. So if I select buy here, so this position detail keyword will basically sum up all the buy transactions taken by the strategy. So if the strategy has taken 3 buy positions, so whatever is total quantity or total value. So if I select quantity, then it will be number of shares. If I select value, it will be price multiplied by quantity. That will be my value. So what is the sum of value of all the trades which are taken on buy side by this strategy? If I select my list name here, then at a time it will check only for only the sum of particular stock. So if this condition is being checked in HDFC Bank, so it will check total buy value of HDFC Bank in buy type of trades. If you are trading with option, then you can filter with type option type like call and put. And now I'll come to condition part. So there are two types of conditions in a set. One is entry and one is repair. So I have not discussed repair conditions yet. So you can also filter out the trades based on condition type. So if I select entry here, so it will consider only trades taken by entry condition and sum its value. Okay. And difference between quantity and value is clear. Quantity is number of shares and value is number of shares multiplied by price. So at the beginning, when there is no trade taken, then I know like total value traded by this strategy is 0. So if this value is 0, then it's okay for me to take this trade. So I'm adding a condition like before taking a trade, please make sure that total traded value in entry condition for buy position is 0. As soon as this entry is taken, this value is 20,000. So 20,000 worth stocks is taken, and this value will return 20,000, which is not equal to number 0. So this way I can restrict multiple trades being taken uh, in the same stock by this strategy. So similar thing I can add in my set 2 for short position. Here I'll define position details. Again, entry type, transaction type will be sell because this set is taking short positions. And value is equal to number 0. Okay. So now this will define to, so we have defined entry conditions for long and short both. Now let's say if value has crossed above 920, 915 to 920 high, entry is taken. Now my exit point and reversal point, if value goes below low of this 915 to 920 candle, then I want to exit this long position and take a reverse position on short side. So to do this, we can add a repair continuous condition. Here we will check if LTP. So basically I just copy and paste my second block's entry condition, second set. entry condition. I don't want this part and I don't want this part. Okay. So I'm just checking whether LTP is less than low value. If yes, then I'll again check to be sure, like net quantity of the stock in which conditions are being checked. Should be greater than 0. So if my entry was a buy position and some number of shares were traded on the buy side, then only, and this condition satisfies that LTP goes below low, then only I want to take the short position. So I'll add a position here, MIS. In quantity, now I'll use a formula to find out what was the quantity traded when entry took place, or what is the open quantity. So again, I'll use same keyword, net quantity of that particular stock, and I'll multiply it with number 2 because I want to trade 2 times the quantity. So if I had bought 100 shares in entry, then on sell side I have to sell 200 shares to reverse my position. Okay. Similarly, I'll add one more repair continuous for buy side. So let's say if again price hits my stop loss for this short trade, I want to reverse this position and I want to go long again. So I'll copy this, paste this block. This time I want to compare with high again of the same block, and I check if my net position is short. So to check that, I just check if net quantity is less than number 0. If this is true, it means my net position or last position taken was on short side. So definitely I have to take a long position now. So I'll again use 5 intraday, same formula, net quantity. Number 2. So multiplied by number 2, and I have defined this set. So this set is completed. I am not putting any exit condition in this particular set because I want it to keep on trading every time it crosses above or below first 5-minute range high and low value. So for that I have kept it blank. Now why I have created, actually I could have handled the same thing using entry and exit condition itself. So in exit I can exit when LTP goes below low value, but in that case it will take it every time, it will be 2 transactions to go on the reverse side, one to exit the position, long position, and second to take a short position. So it will cost you 2 times the transaction cost than this. Now I'll add 2 more repair continuous in set 2, which will be same as set 1 repair. So we want only one of these 2 sets to be traded in a day. So either set 1 will be traded or set 2 will be traded based on which condition satisfies first. This was our sell side. Select the listening. And similarly, we'll add this for buy position. multiplied by number 2. Done. And at last, we will put a universal exit. So if a stock doesn't hit its stop loss and it's open till end of the day, then we want to exit all positions at 3:10. So 15:10 is my exit time. So if time goes above 15:10, then I want to exit all the open position in the strategy. So I'm adding a universal exit condition. Similarly, I can put a PNL based exit on portfolio level. So if my PNL on combined for all stocks goes above certain number, let's say 8,000, I want to exit all the positions. Similarly, if it goes below certain number, I want to put a stop loss. So you can just copy this block by clicking on this plus button and click on paste here. It will paste the block. And let's say minus 5,000 is my stop loss for the day. So whenever any of these conditions satisfies, because I have selected OR here, so if any of these three conditions get satisfied, it will exit all the open position in the strategy and strategy status will change to exited. One thing I would like to tell you all that initially I used only for sell position this position detail keyword, but I'll keep it for all. So if, because I want only one set to be traded in a day. If first trade is short trade, then it will take short position in that particular stock. Then it will keep on trading based on these two repair continuous conditions. Similarly, for set 1, I will not consider only buy positions. I consider all positions which are taken in entry, be it set 1 or set 2. So it will combine positions of all the sets. And if any of the set is traded for the day, then it won't check for entry condition for any set again. I hope this part is clear. So yeah, this was about like how you can use repair continuous condition to manage the open positions in your strategy if you are trading with stock list. So I'll just create the strategy and share its link with you all, so you can duplicate, look into the conditions, play around with the parameters, and modify it according to your needs. So yeah, before that I'll make it public. So from marketplace settings, you can make a strategy public. I'll allow others to duplicate this strategy using the link. Oh, it's done. And I'll just share this on chat. Okay, so yeah, here is the link to the strategy. And now we'll take the questions and let's see. Okay, so Raj wants to know how technical indicator based strategy can be created. So for that, I'll just start a new strategy create page. So whenever you are writing any conditions on technical indicators or any indicator which returns a series of values, so like EMA or RSI or specifically any technical indicator basically gives you an array of values for each and every candle. To select value of a particular candle, you start with position keyword. So position here, 0 means the latest candle on chart, -1 stands for previous candle, -2 for previous to previous candle, and so on. So if you want to trade on closing of a candle, select -1 here. RSI as the indicator or whatever indicator you want to use. So we have ADX, DEMA, DI positive, negative, don't change channel. So like that. So if you want to use RSI, then you can select the list name. So for now, I'll select Nifty 50, or it can be, let's say I want to do it only on Nifty spot value. So NFO. So underlying Nifty 50. So this will give me Nifty 50 spot value, index spot value. If RSI value of previous candle is greater than number 50, so this is my condition. Now let's say I want to take RSI of 30-minute candle. So I can click on symbol here, change candle type to 15 minutes. If I want to change period of RSI, I can click on RSI, change it to 25 or 20 or whatever I want. Okay. Let's say you want to trade on crossover of RSI. So if RSI crosses above 50, then only you want to take a trade. This is a state condition, just checking if RSI value is greater than 50. But if you want to define a cross, then you can click on plus condition here, copy this block, paste it here, compare with less than sign, number 50. All you have to change here is the position candle value. So previous to previous candle should have RSI value less than 50, and previous candle should have RSI value greater than number 50. So this is a crossover condition to check whether RSI has crossed a particular threshold or not. Click submit and add your position. I hope this explains how you can use different technical indicators. Okay, we have okay, so Afroz want to know what is the concept of repair conditions. So repair conditions are basically used, repair once and repair continuous. There are two types of conditions. Repair once is typically used when you want to do a one-time position sizing. So let's say if I buy 100 shares here in entry condition and I want to exit 50% of quantity, 50 shares at 1% target, or I want to exit or I want to add, let's say 100 shares more at 1% downside. So for that, you can use repair once condition. So once it is satisfied and once taken positions are taken in repair one, strategy won't check this condition again. But in repair continuous, it will keep on checking this condition every time, and every time this condition satisfies, it will take the position defined here. So repair continuous is mostly used when you are trading with options and you want to continuously keep on making your options book delta neutral or something like that, then you can use repair continuous. Otherwise, in most of the cases related to technical indicator strategies, repair once is enough to manage your positions one time. You can add multiple repair once in same set. So if you want to exit in 3 steps, then you can do that. So if you have 3 different targets, so this can be my target 1, this can be my target 2, with 1/3 quantity each, and then finally my exit condition. I want to calculate yesterday's high and low range and add the range to today's open price to go long. What keywords to use? Yeah, Vijay. So it's similar to what we used in RSI example here. So previous day high and low will come from here. So in position, I'm selecting high of previous day. So it is day by default. Define your instrument name, which will be NFO Nifty 50. Similarly, you can select low, and for current day open value, you can select position open Hello. Am I still connected? I think there's some internet connectivity issue. Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah, is it audible now? Okay, great, great. Sorry about that. Uh, okay, so I was telling how you can select open price for the day. You can start with position and open, and you have to keep position value as 0. So it will select current day's open price. Srikanth is asking, can we exit using an indicator? Yes, you can exit also using technical indicator based conditions. Uh, so Rohit is asking, can we give condition for buy and sell if any one side entry triggers, other side cancels? So yeah, what the strategy that we created today is doing somewhat similar thing. So you can check the conditions again. Gopinath is asking, how can I check for LTP with yesterday's VWAP? So we have VWAP only for current day, ongoing day. We cannot, we don't have, we are not calculating VWAP for historical days. So that is not available. You won't be able to create that condition in Tradetron for now. I want all entry conditions I have defined should be checked at 9:20 close for entry. How to do this? So again, you can use the same ORB keyword, define your list name and just put it 919 and this will be closed. So you can compare this value with any other value which you want to use for your condition. How to use super trend? So again, same thing. Go to position, select super trend as indicator here, click OK, click on super trend. You can change the parameters. You want to trade on 7.3, same. Okay, for keywords, if there's a list, of course, we have one. So I'm sharing a list of uh, a link which has list of all the keywords. I'll just show you on screen. So this web page has list of all the keywords that are there on Tradetron. You can check the description of each keyword, what input parameters it takes, and what will be the expected output. Its type, whether it will be an integer, float, or string. So you can create your strategies around that. Can I use live stock info from NSE site for my stock selection on my strategy? No, not directly, but through Tradetron's API, you can definitely use those values from any external source and push it to your strategy and use them in your conditions. It is possible. Please explain rollover to next expiry. So if you look at this rollover setting, so if I select to roll over my positions to next week, so whatever option positions I have for current week or next week, whichever weekly options are there in my strategy will be shifted to its next week contract at given time. So if I select 12:30 as my time or 12:25 2:25, so at 2:25 it will square up all option positions, all weekly option positions, and take the same position in next week for all options. I want to see how to make crossover moving on particular stock. So I have already shown an example how you do on RSI. So you can again check the video. It is exactly the same way. Our email ID, if you have any queries, you can write to us at support@tradetron.tech. If you're stuck with your strategy creation, just email a screenshot of your conditions and we will get back to you. Pivot strategy discussed last time. It is appearing in strategy template by which name? Uh, you can just search with pivot and it should show. Just press Control F and search with pivot. How many years of backtest can be done? So Raj, we have data only for from 1st of Jan 2020 as of now. So it's around 6 months of data for backtest. Market and LTP execution. Okay, I'll quickly explain you the execution part. So whenever a signal is generated from your strategy, if you have selected market price here, then strategy will place a market order. So it will hit ask price for buying orders and hit bid price for all sell orders. If you select LTP, then a limit order will be placed at last traded price. Or if you select average of bid ask, a limit order will be placed at average of bid ask. Then this order will stay with the same price for selected number of seconds. So if I select 8 seconds, so for 8 seconds, this limit order will not change. After 8 seconds, I can decide to modify that price by 5 ticks. So if I select 5 ticks, it will be 25 paisa. So that order will be modified by 25 paisa above uh, last limit price. Then after 8 seconds, again, it will revise the same price by 25 paisa and I can decide how many such attempts I want to make. So if I select 6, so it will make 6 attempts, each of 8 seconds. So total, it will keep bidding for 48 seconds. And after that, let's say if that order is still not filled, then it will execute at market price. So this is a price bidding algo that Tradetron offers. No, Rohit, we don't support bracket orders. Okay, any other question? I want to make condition of 100% SL of all individual legs in triangle or straddle and take opposite positions of buy or sell. Yeah, it is very much possible to do that in Tradetron. I think we have already done a webinar last to last week on saddle, so that template is also available in template page. I'll just share the link of template page from where you can duplicate those strategies. So the Nifty short saddle will have the conditions that you want. In list creation, can we combine stocks and futures from MCX and NSE? Uh, Great question, Ravi. Thanks for asking this question. So no, you cannot create same. You cannot use NSE and futures list in the same strategy. If you want to do that, then you have to add multiple sets, but it is recommended to have different strategy for each segment, especially for MCX, because NSE closes at 3:15, but MCX trades till 11 p.m. in the evening. So because of that time mismatch also, your strategy won't work as per the conditions. So it's better to have different list for each segment and different strategy for each segment. For technical indicators, if I want to use RSI for first 5 minutes close greater than 60 entry, how to do it? In RSI, there is no option on time selection. Then get your question. Okay, first 5 minutes. So 9:20, you want the RSI value of 9:20. No, that is not possible through any keyword as of now. Can we use super trend in exit positions? Yes, you can. Can we combine NSE stock and futures? No, no, you cannot combine NSE stocks and futures in same list. It has to be different. Mm. Okay, I think I have taken almost all the questions. In case if I have missed any of the questions because of internet connectivity, please do write to us at support@tradetron.tech. We'll surely answer your queries. I'll again put the email ID on chat. Okay, thanks. Thank you all for joining.